Would
If
you
I could
marry
marry,
outside your religion?
is that though?
Just say yes or no.
Personally, I can't say yes or no. That's the problem.
I wouldn't actually, and I'll tell you why.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yamen's Take on Things. Today, on the episode of the Pajama Party, we have our Khalid and Lukman here with us. Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Hi,
Amen. It's good to be here.
Thank you for joining me. We are supposed to be expecting two other people, but hopefully, maybe they will join sometime during the call. Um, Today we're going to be talking about religious biases, and this topic is something that is very, very interesting to me. And there are a lot of stereotypes out there and biases about people's religions, especially the ones that you don't even know the first thing about. So today we're hoping that we're going to be able to educate some people and shed more light to certain things that that we have questions about. So this version is the Islam version. Hopefully we're going to be able to do other religions. And first of all, we'll just start with a very simple, question. Were you born in your current religion? We go with Khalid first.
Yeah, I was born as a Muslim.
Okay. Lukman.
Yeah, I was born as a Muslim also.
Okay.
I've been a Muslim all my life.
Yeah. So being in like we're all Nigerians here, and being in Nigeria, you definitely have had some kind of interaction with Christians, definitely for sure. So, do you think, knowing what you know about your religion and a little bit about Christianity, do you think that if you were not born in Islam, like if you were given the choice to choose, you would still choose Islam? Lukman.
Okay, so I was born a Muslim actually. So probably if I wasn't born a Muslim, I might not be a Muslim because I wouldn't know much about the religion. So even if you understand what I'm trying to say. But the fact that I was born in Muslim in Islam, and when I learned some things about Islam, and I saw that, oh, this is actually a cool religion. The practices are just okay. It actually makes sense as human. So I feel like this is the right religion for me. And you talked about Christianity. Actually, there are a lot of religions out there.
Mhm.
So don't let us just say Christian. Let's say okay, Islam and Christianity are the main religion in Nigeria. But I have
Yeah.
friends that are not Muslims and Christians also.
Mm.
So I don't know much about other religion, sincerely. But what I can say is everybody that is practicing a particular religion has their reasons and they know what they see in the religion for them to feel like this is the right religion for them. And from what I've seen in Islam, I feel this is the right religion for me. All makes sense actually. So I'm
Yeah.
happy and I'm privileged to be a Muslim. So that's just it. And
Okay.
before we continue, I would like to put in whatever I will say here, talking about religion is a very sensitive topic. So
Yeah.
we have different levels of knowledge when it comes to religion. So whatever I say here is based on my own knowledge of
Yeah.
the religion, so that so that people don't take offense and say
For
this guy
sure.
is not right. Why will you represent that religion? Like, share on something I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
that's why I have to put that out for anybody
Yeah.
that
Okay.
view
Um, yeah, thank you
this.
for that. Because first off, the reason I said Christianity is because in Nigeria, obviously, those are two major religions. But in the question is a general question. You can choose any religion, definitely. And for the second thing you said too about the disclaimer, for sure, even in every religion, a group of people within the same religion, you would argue, depends on your own interpretation. So like Lukman has said, anybody watching this, please, it is his own interpretation. So if you want to share your own interpretation, go to the comment section and share it. Okay, so Tawa, the same question goes for you.
Well, in all honesty, if I was maybe born into a Christian home, of course I would have been a Christian, not a Muslim. But I've been a Muslim all my life, and not for once, at least as I became an adult, let me put it that way, have I regretted being a Muslim.
Yeah.
Growing up, I thought Islam was was hard a bit growing up while I was a kid because I was lazy. I did not like the fact that we had to go to our big schools. We had to pray like every time. But I understand the thing better now. So maybe it would be if Islam, the true Islam, the way Islam should be, were to be presented to me now, would I accept it? Yes, I will.
Mm, that's very deep. Yeah, because obviously as adults we have our own choices to make. Most of us were born in a particular religion and just like, you know what, my dad said I should go to church, so fine. But there always comes a time in our lives where we have to self-reflect and be like, okay, this is actually where I want to be. Nobody's forcing me to be here. So I felt like we needed to clear that out of the way before we dive deeper into today's topic. Okay, so going straight to hit the nail on the head, have you ever been discriminated because of your religion? Um, and obviously, we're still talking from the perspective of Nigeria. So, has anybody ever discriminated you and said, okay, you know, because you're a Muslim, you can't do this, or you can't have this, or you can't go here, or you can't go there? So, Lukman.
Okay, so discrimination, not really. I can't say I've been discriminated against, but what I can just say is in terms of relationship, like meeting people. So I've met a couple of people, especially the opposite gender. So I have cool Christian friends actually. So sometimes when I meet opposite gender, and we start having a conversation, it has happened a couple of times. Once they realize that you're a Muslim, I notice some changes. Some just try to draw back, some just try to. So it's something that has happened to me like more than once, maybe about 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
So, but discrimination, I won't really say I've been discriminated against because I guess I have not seen that as discrimination actually. I'm just seeing that as, when you have a view about something, so you hold on to that view and use it to react to people. They have their reasons for doing that. Anyway, I also have cool Christian ladies that are my friends and we are close. I've dated Christians before. They know I'm a Muslim and we didn't have any issues. She understand. So I'm not saying all the Christian ladies that I've met or I've had conversation with behaved the same way towards me.
Yeah.
But a few. So I just once, are you a Muslim? Some will even ask me, say, are you a Muslim? When I say yes, the way they sound or their countenance, you just feel like, I think person has an issue with that, which it's fine. You can't actually dictate how people react towards things. You have the right to react anyway, no, as long as it doesn't affect me negatively.
Yeah.
So I just relate with you the way you relate with me. So if I notice that has changed the relationship between us, I guess that's just what you want. So I won't say I've been discriminated again, but
okay.
In terms of relationship, yeah, it has affected some of my relationships.
Okay, how?
Well, personally, I can't remember any time anyone has discriminated against me because I am a Muslim. I can't remember. It might have happened, but I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah.
But I know that there are funny things Christians do. It is not, but I don't know what it is. Maybe when they see the fact that you're a Muslim, they just feel like, oh, you are not a regular human being.
Oh,
you understand?
Okay.
For instance, when I was in uni and my praying mat is somewhere in my corner, my fridge is closed. So when they have to come and maybe something drops on the mat or something, and they'll be like, oh, can I touch this? It's not that deep now. Or they'll tell you, oh, can I use your kettle, the kettle you pray with, to fetch water? But the kettle it's not a religious item. It's not a Quran. You understand? It's just a plastic that we use to fetch water. You have to take every bowl we use in the toilet to you understand?
Yeah.
But that's the only thing. But it's not to say I've not heard stories of people that have been discriminated against because of their religion. You understand? We've heard of lecturers telling Muslim students to remove their hijab, that they cannot be in their class with their hijabs on. We've heard stories of people that's at the airport, they have to, like, the fact that they're Muslims, maybe because of their beards or because of they've had to like double check them more than check a regular person. You understand? Because if just because of the fact that they are Muslims and they think, oh, something fishes, it cannot just be.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, like what Wale said about relationships. Like, I feel like in every religion that you do not like, you are not in, a lot of human beings refuse to want to learn or to research and say, okay, what is this religion about? And not to blaspheme or anything, but the truth is, most of these religions have the same basic tenets. Oh, be kind, be love your neighbor. Like, it's not something that is so deep. So why is it that there's this prejudice about, oh, this person is not a Christian, so I beg, or this person is not a Muslim? So it's a problem. It's a very, very deep problem in the world today. And okay, so I don't know how old you guys were during the 9/11 attack and everything in the US, but I know that that was one event that, even though it was in the US, it affected the whole world. So I'm just wondering, did you have any negative impression, or did you start to question your religion when you started seeing things like that happen around you, the 9/11 and every other thing that happened after, with the bombings and all that? Lookman.
Well, yeah, I heard of that, but I never questioned my religion for once. So, it's always good to, when you're into something, it's always good. So there's a difference in being a religion and know what religion is about. Some people will just tell you, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, what other religion do you have? Any other religion. But they don't really know what that religion is all about. So I'm just a Muslim, but I was born to a Muslim family. But when you know what your religion is about, then when certain things happen, you feel like, my religion doesn't preach this.
Yes.
So people forget that we are humans before we are anything else. So I'm a human before I'm a Muslim. So as a human, I might have a bad intention inside me. My religion is not what's pushing that bad intention. Whether I'm a Muslim, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Christian, if I have bad intentions, I have bad intentions. And I've noticed that. So there's one other thing I've also noticed is that when people listen to your name, just like what Khalid said, when at airports, beards, people listen to your names, and it's like, but people forget something. Arabic itself is a language. So there's a country, because I had a conversation with one of my uncle recently. There's a country called Lebanon. I'm sure we know about that. Lebanon is an Arabic-speaking country. Do you know that Lebanon has 50% Muslims and 50% Christians? If you don't know that, you can research later. They all speak Arabic. They have Arabic names. In fact, they have Arabic Bible in Lebanon. So they have Arabic names. So, but when people listen to, so if I'm a Christian in Lebanon, for example, and people listen to my name, you understand? Let's say, I'm not saying Muslims don't, some Muslims, all Muslims are good. Don't get me wrong. But if something happens, let's say an event happens, maybe violence happens in Lebanon now, and the news is reporting it, when they see the name, it's an Arabic name that comes up.
Yeah.
And once people see the news, the first thing that comes to their mind is Islam.
Muslim, yeah.
So, exactly. So, which is, people need to start learning that Arabic is a language. And why people will now be like, okay, if Arabic is a language and you can pray in your language, why not pray in your own language? Why do you have to pray in Arabic? So, I also had this discussion with one of my uncles also. One of my uncles, and what he told me was, he said, that's what makes it universal, the universality of the language. So take, for example, he said there was a US man, a US Muslim that went to Egypt. He went to Egypt and it was time for prayer. So he just entered the mosque and started praying. So he immediately started praying. Then one Egyptian came to his side to pray with him. Then a few seconds later, the guy stepped back. Then by the time he finished praying and looked back, he saw a lot of people at his back praying behind him. So, which makes it universal. So if I'm praying in my own language as a Muslim, you are praying your own language as a Muslim. If I get somewhere like Egypt and I start using my language to pray, then the people there won't really share, understand. So
Yeah.
without people, so what I said is Arabic just makes it a universal something. As a Muslim, wherever you find yourself, you can meet other Muslims and you won't have issues. Share, understand. So it's just universality. So people need to understand that Arabic is a language. Arabic names. I might not be a Muslim and my name might be in Arabic because I live in an Arabic country. But I'm not saying Muslims, some Muslims, all Muslims are good. That's why I said we are humans before anything else.
So you're basically saying that people just stereotypically associate Arabic to Islam. So whether or not you are
Exactly.
Islam or you are Muslim, sorry, then as long as you have
Exactly.
an Arabic name, then right. So I completely get what you're saying. Tower. So after 9/11, do you remember the 9/11 incident, and do you remember if it made you question your faith?
I think I was in JSS 1 or JSS 2 then. I think JSS 1. So I did not have, I was young and I did not really understand things. You understand? But what I just remember is that I hated white people because we watched videos on CNN every time and we see the kind of brutality that they actually extend towards Muslims because of that event.
Yeah.
I learned very early, like Wale said, that not everybody understands the true Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone understands the true Islam. The true Islam is, I wouldn't know what really happened if Muslims were really the ones that did that thing, but the true Islam is against violence. So a Muslim that is acting according to the teachings of the Quran and the Prophet would not do that. So
yeah. So moving on to a more like a lighter conversation now is okay. What is the craziest stereotype you've ever heard about Muslims, and like how did it make you feel? And like let's just go there. Like I don't know if you can remember, but what's like the craziest thing you've ever heard about Muslims? And you're like, what is that? My religion? No. So let's start with Tawa.
That if you die as a jihadist, that when you get to heaven, or when you get to, let me just say, when you get to heaven, that Allah is going to provide you with
Virgins.
9 wives. 9 virgins.
Oh, that's not true. I totally thought that was true.
That's not true. That's not, why would any God tell you to, and their own definition of jihad is fight, kill people of other religions. Why would any God tell you to do that? And after doing that, it will still now reward you. How is virgin supposed to be a type of reward? I don't understand. That's the craziest though.
But wait, do you think that is there anything that relates to that in your religion that makes people now twist it to sound like that?
Okay, so jihad is encouraged.
Okay, what is jihad?
So the same Quran has now told us that the greatest jihad is jihad with yourself. That's the biggest jihad, is the fight you have against yourself. For instance, your mind is telling you, oh, do this, do this, do this. But the good part of it is telling you, no, you shouldn't be doing this. If the good part of you is able to now
win,
exactly, over the bad part, that is jihad. In biggest form.
So where did the people now get this idea from? That
I don't.
Okay, Lukman, please. Can you add
so before I talk about the stereotype or what I've heard, I will also like to add to the jihad that Tarita said. So I think it might mean different things, but based on the meaning I know. So jihad means to struggle, strive. So if I have an exam coming and I'm reading hard for the exam, I'm actually performing jihad to pass my exam. So it's to strive, to struggle. So what happened then was, I think why they relate jihad to fight is because, then when the religion started, the people that were against Islam were trying to kill Muslims or force Muslims to stop believing. So it became violent. So, running away, trying to strive to survive and to keep up with religion is what jihad is. So, if someone wants to kill you and you have the ability to kill someone back, it's allowed. They call it self-defense. Do you understand? But jihad is not related to war. It's striving to survive, striving to pass the exams, striving
for the greater good, basically.
Exactly. That's what jihad is. But people have actually anything jihad, they believe it's war. So that's why people need to start understanding that a lot of people have not even gone online to search what the meaning of jihad is. And they will be outside and they'll be telling you that jihad is war. If you understand what I'm trying to say. So then another stereotype what I've heard about Islam is, in fact, this one was even said in front of me.
Wow.
That he hates Islam. That whenever I see Muslims, the guy didn't know I was a Muslim. I just sat there. He said he hates Muslims, that wherever Muslims are, there's trouble, that they are terrorists. As in, he was saying it.
Wow.
With confidence in front of me. I was just there. Then after I said it, I said, bro, because it's a friend of mine. Because a lot of people used to tell me that I don't look like a Muslim. I was like, how should a Muslim?
Is there a face for Muslims?
Is there a face? You understand? So after he finished saying it, I said, bro, do you know I'm a Muslim? He said it's a lie. I said, you see, it's because they have this mentality that wherever they are Muslim, there's a Muslim, there's trouble.
Yeah.
So I tried to educate him, and since then he had a different view about. So he had a different view of what he used to exactly. So that was just it. Though. See, I've been in a lot of conversations that they've talked about my job, but our job doesn't teach us to fight.
Yeah.
It's just to try to encourage people. I believe these people just don't know. It's what they've heard and from people. So all you just need to do is educate them. Let them know that it's not the way you are seeing it.
Yeah.
Our job doesn't preach violence, it's peace.
Sorry, can I say something?
Sure.
Yes. And I think the biggest stereotype is violence. They believe Islam is synonymous to being aggressive, to fight, to war. And that is not true. Although there was a war during the time of the Prophet. But before that particular war, there were wars before, of course, before that particular. So I think the first one, the second one, or I can't remember how many they are. The Prophet did not even give the Muslims the go ahead to fight back. But these people were fighting
for what they believed in.
You understand? Because Allah did not even give the Prophet the permission to fight. So they were not fighting. They were just, I think it was at the last one where they could not bear it again. Many Muslims were dying, that they now said, okay, they could. But they now gave them plenty caveats. You should not touch the children. Don't touch the women. Don't touch any man that is not unarmed. There were several. So who should we actually now fight? For you to know how much Islam values peace.
Yeah.
There is no force in Islam. There's a particular verse of the Quran that even says, to you is your own religion and to me is my own religion. You don't force people to come into the religion. Islam is not, when you see people that actually practice Islam the way it should be, they are peace-loving, calm people. Islam is peace.
In every religion, there's a dark past. There is always something that's, okay, this will happen. This is how we came to be where we are today. Right? So I feel like people should be able to just separate, okay, this is a religion that was formed by, yes, it was passed down by God, but it was human beings that formed this thing at the end of the day. We're the ones that practice the religion. And as far as it's human beings, then corruption must enter. It must not, it will never be as pure as what God intended. So if human beings can be able to separate religion from humans, right, then the world would probably be a better place. The next thing I want to talk about is division. I don't know if you know this, but in Christianity we have like many denominations: Catholic, Anglican, Pentecostal. The list goes on. Is it like that too in Islam? Lukman.
Okay, so I won't say there's division in Islam. Actually, I wouldn't say that. So, but the only thing I'll say is, as humans, let's even leave religion aside. My view about something is different from your view about something. So, for example, we do the same thing, but some people will believe that I can do this better than this guy. I'm doing this thing better than this person. Sure, you understand?
Mm.
So Islam has a laid down, it has laid down rules and regulations, what you're supposed to do as a Muslim. Now, once you do this, you are a Muslim. But some
Mm-hmm.
people believe that if you are doing that alone, it's not enough.
It's not
That
enough.
they are doing better than you can. Sure, you understand? So I won't really say religion. The 5 prayers is the same across board. Fasting, the 5 pillars of Islam is the same across board. So there are some practices of the Prophet also that it's good to do. So they call some things are not compulsory. You can do it
Yeah, it's a suggestion.
if you can. If you do it, they said you'll be rewarded for it. And if
Mm.
you don't, there's no
You're not
sin.
going to
Sure,
be
you understand?
punished. Yeah.
So if I'm doing those things, definitely I'll see myself that I am doing it better than someone that just does the normal. Sure, you understand? So there's no division. You can, as a Muslim, you can walk into any mosque and pray with anybody. Sure, you understand? So there's nothing like, is this people that have that mosque? I can't pray in that mosque. For my own
Mm.
belief, is this people that have that mosque? I can't pray in that mosque. Any mosque, I
Mm.
can walk into any mosque and pray.
Yeah, I totally understand that. It's just like when people hear, I don't know if you've heard, but like Catholics, we go to church and we live like less than 2 hours tops. But some churches they go for like 5 hours and their prayer session lasts like 2 hours. And when they see us pray and I just like, you know what, this, that, amen. People will be like, no, you've not prayed the real prayer. you know, you have to,
So
so I totally understand what you're
exactly.
saying. So
Yeah.
what do you have to add to this particular conversation?
I hate to admit it, but I think we have divisions in Islam.
Okay.
Say they are Sunnis, some people say they are Shias, some people say they are Sufis. But the good thing is we agree on the fundamental beliefs of the religion. You
Mm,
understand? Like we agree on 95% of the religion.
okay.
They're just very small things. Like Wale said, that started from people believing, oh, they can do this, they
Better.
can,
Mm,
like, they do it better. You understand? Meanwhile, there are some other sects that are now telling you that no, you can do it better, but the prophets do it this way.
mm,
And that the prophet has made it clear that this is the religion. Anyone that brings any addition into the religion is not one of us.
mm.
For instance, there are some people believe that, oh, this rosary, Muslims use rosary. Some people don't even think you should use rosary. Some people believe you should
Mm.
use your hand. Your hand would also account for you on the day of judgment. So why use an item when you can use your hand? So some people believe, oh, you should do 10 is enough. Some people tell you, no, we can do 1,000. But did the prophets do? So you
Yeah.
understand? We agree on, let me say, over 95% of the things.
Mm.
And there are Muslims that some people tell you, oh, but I have a friend that doesn't cover her hair. And why do you cover her hair? And so she would not, it's a personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
She would not now give you a response and say, oh, there's nowhere in the Quran that says you should cover her hair. We all know the right thing.
Yeah.
We
I
all
think,
know what
yeah. I think I understand
you
you in
understand.
terms of like, in a religion, you have some people would see particular, let's say for instance, the Bible now, there are certain people in the Bible and there was the way they dressed and there was the way they carried themselves and they had their own tribes too. Let's not forget that religion is different from tribe and ethnicity. So you see a woman in the Bible cover her hair, cover her body, probably because that's the way they dressed in that time. But now in our day and age, you now be saying, okay, you must do this, or okay, women you're not supposed to wear trousers, all those kind of absurd things, forgetting that the importance of the religion is not about whether you're dressing in a certain way. It is your personal choice and it's your personal conviction. So I feel like there are certain things that are just basically similar in most religions. Like it's the same thing. There will always be some fanatics, there will always be some extremists And there always be the people that just be like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to follow what God has said. Let's leave all these extra embellishments. So I think that's one thing I've really learned from this particular conversation. um we're almost running out of time, so in just like less than 2 minutes, could you just last words, okay, not really last words, I should stop saying that. Okay, your last thing to say to your viewers, who you are, your religion. So if the world was listening to you right now, what is that thing that you want to tell them and say, you know what, this is who I am, this is not who I am, right? So we'll start with Lukman, just in like a minute.
All right. So my name is Lukman, and I'm a Muslim. So I want the world to know that Islam is not a violent religion. Islam preaches peace, and I'm a Muslim. I'm not a violent person. I'm a good person. Thank you.
Nice. Tower.
Okay, I'm a Muslim, and I want the world to know that Islam is a beautiful religion. Islam is a peaceful religion, and you should learn more about Islam. You can read up or speak to people that actually know the religion. Stop listening to people that do not even have an idea of what the religion is. And I would invite you all to join Islam.
Okay. So bonus question for the viewers. Bonus question. Would you marry outside your religion?
So first off, let me start with this. My religion actually allows it. So it's you can actually marry someone outside your religion, but where there's a caveat is that the person is not allowed to enforce his or her own religion on you
On you.
or your
Okay.
children. So personally, I wouldn't marry someone outside my religion because this, at the end of in the long run, it might cause a friction between me and my spouse. We need to be very sincere with ourselves. So instead of you going into it and having issues in future, why not just avoid it from the beginning? So it's a personal, so the religion doesn't stop you from. People need to understand that. But I think this is based on personal, because the truth is we are humans. Frictions will always happen. And when you start having fights with your spouse over your religion, then that's not what the religion is preaching. So that's just it.
Yeah, there's no shame in itself because it's about compatibility. You shouldn't marry somebody that you
Exactly.
know that you're going to have issues, whether it be religion, anything at all.
Exactly.
Well, I would like to add correct that it is allowed for you guys, not for ladies. Am I correct?
Oh,
Yes. No, based on my belief, based on what I know, I will be sincere. I don't really know about that. I don't know if it's a different rule for the ladies, actually. I can't say what I don't know. But I know that it's allowed for a guy. Sure, you understand. But I don't know if it's now, if the ladies are excluded. I don't know. Maybe Khalid.
okay.
But from what Khalid said, I think she's sure about it. That's why she brought it up.
Okay, Tower,
For
tell us
me,
what you know, but we will not hold it against you. We'll go and do our own personal research. But what do you know about this?
I believe it is allowed for guys because of the belief that you are marrying the woman into
And the
the religion,
children belong to you, right? Mm-hmm.
the woman. There's a verse of the I don't know how it is said, but if you read in between lines, you would understand that the verse is saying that your female kids should marry those that they are right. And I really can't, but that you should marry somebody of the same religion as them.
Okay.
You understand? And it's to prevent issues. It's to prevent issues. So after marriage and you start having kids and we are giving them Muslim names. Oh, we are giving them Christian names. Okay, let's give them names. So where are we taking the child to? Are we doing Islamic naming ceremony, or are we taking the child to the church for
dedication?
The child. You understand all these, and can even break the marriage at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
and I
so
understand it, despite the fact that it's allowed, that it would not, because to even have a discussion or to even convince a Muslim that does not have the same understanding as you, be difficult. How much somebody that is not even a Muslim?
Okay, let me ask you something. Would you abandon your religion for love?
No, I would not. It's conscience that will kill me. I cannot. My conscience will not allow me.
Well, the way you're looking.
As a, see, the way I'm looking should actually give you an answer, though. I don't think I can actually.
Okay.
See, religion is part of the love, So they are together, they work hand in hand, So it's together. So no, I can't actually.
It's crazy how similar it's so it's like Islam is to Catholicism. Like in the Catholic Church, they'll tell you you can marry outside the religion, oh, but you have to promise that you have to baptize the children in the Catholic Church, you have to bring them to the Catholic Church. So basically, you're marrying outside the religion, but you have to basically be responsible for bringing the person into the religion because imagine a woman marrying a Catholic and then all her children have to go to the Catholic church, then only you will not go to wherever you like. It doesn't make sense. So in a way, they're trying to tell you that you're marrying outside the religion, no, but you're gonna bring them eventually into the church. So yeah,
Exactly. So
That would be that
that's
would be jihad.
your own personal jihad. Okay, so that was a bonus question for the viewers. All right. Thank you so much for taking our time today out of your weekend to have this conversation with me. I really appreciate it. Viewers out there, please let us know your comments in the comment section. What do you think about Islam? What are your prejudices and what are your stereotypes? And how are you working to change that? For me, I'm having this conversation because I really need to know more about this religion. What are you doing? Are you just there sitting in your ignorance and just spreading lies? So please let us know your comments in the comment section, and hopefully Lukman and Tawa will be there to answer some of your questions if you have any. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with your family and friends. Tawa, Lukman, thank you for being here. I'll
you're
see you
welcome.
later.
Thank you for
Yeah.
inviting.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.